Then you have the notion, as we've already talked about, of densities. Now, interestingly, they also have this notion of octaves as part of those densities, because you get this separation into 8 densities in a certain phase shift, and then you have another higher element of another 8 densities that are a part of another octave. So you can think about octave here in the way that you have musical notes that go all the way up to the highest note, and then you have a higher octave where you again see that repetition, but at a higher level, a more ascended level. So that's why this term octave is used. Again, we do see these parallels between patterns we notice in the physical world that actually mirror this underlying metaphysical reality. Taking that even a step further, you recognize when you actually look at it at its most fundamental level that music, again, when we think of octaves, is also an expression of math, really, when you think about it. I remember one time when I was in high school and I was taking music theory, and it turns out that my calculus teacher was also my music theory teacher. And so I had this clear understanding of how there was a connection between mathematics and music. Again, these are 2 different kinds of patterning that we see in the physical universe that mirror this underlying metaphysical reality, the undergirding infrastructure of everything we see in the physical world. So it's very interesting how we see that. Again, you think about fractals and how those reappear over and over again in reality, where we see these repeating patterns at smaller and smaller scales throughout the universe, which on the one hand points to an efficient use of energy, of material, of matter, but also speak to the fact that underlyingly these patterns, these metaphysical patterns, underlie everything we notice in physical reality.